I never really.
That was what I wanted. That's what I wanted to do. But
What just happened?
What just happened?
Who did we just lose?
We just lost Keith. I pressed got it, and then Keith disappeared.
Oh, well, he'll figure it out and come back, I guess.
Yeah, I pressed got it too.
Oh yeah, me too. There he
Oh,
is.
he's back. Here he comes.
Maybe he didn't press got it.
Here he comes.
So we have tonight is a Dallas Songwriters Association virtual open mic. We have it here every Wednesday, and our host tonight is Bill Martin because it's the first Wednesday, and Bill is Mr. Number One on as our host. You get the first week, right? Isn't that right, Bill?
That's absolutely right.
All right, and so I've got to make you a host on the participants list. If I can find the participants list, where is it? It's not coming up.
Oh dear.
There it is. Okay.
Wait a minute. I'll do it.
how's the hand doing, Bill?
It's the same. That pinky is okay, but that ring finger is virtually useless.
Oh man.
But we never know. I don't.
Time to play slide.
Well, yeah, I'm already starting to try to figure out ways to adapt, but I'm hoping that it is fully restored. We shall see.
You're just getting old.
Oh, that's it. I'm just getting old.
I got the same thing, not the same thing, but I think you and I have been drinking out of the same garden hose, maybe. I worked up a picking
no.
pattern on that new song of mine, and halfway through the song, my fingers just stopped. You know, it's
Holy cow.
like the brain just quits giving them the signal, and so they stop, and I have to stop and kind of let them regroup.
Wow, that's a
And I don't know. I don't know if it's I don't know if they just get tired or something. They just quit working, and I have to stop. I figured out if to make a little demo, I'll want to record it several times, and I'll piece it together. You know, piece a whole guitar part together, and then I'll sing on top of that.
you have my
I'll play it for you
empathies.
here in a little bit, and you'll see it happen. But it could be it's just a strength thing, you know, that I gotta go. But it's just, you know, like you know, it's like the brain just quits communicating with the hand. You know, like it decided, oh, you don't need me anymore. This is going real good, you know, and then the fingers just kind of go off on their own.
Well, my finger, I think my brain's doing okay, but I think my finger's incapable of receiving the signals.
Well, it's something like that, yeah. But does it happen from the start, or is it just something that happens once you get going?
When we did that Zoom thing a couple of weeks ago, it was happening
Yeah.
in real time, and it's been that way ever since. It's not like I can play for a few minutes and then it peters out. It's like from that moment forth, it's been a dud. 2 weeks ago, I went to practice on our weekly Sunday afternoon practices, and I didn't even bring my guitar. Last Sunday, I brought my guitar, and I clumsily tried to play what I could play without the use of that one finger. Well, total use. I mean, I can still use the ring finger a little bit, but if I need to finger a chord that involves that ring finger, it's just it can't do it.
Oh, so it's on your left hand.
Yeah, it's on
No,
my.
it's my right hand that's doing it. It's not the
Oh,
left
well,
hand.
yeah, it's my left hand, the one that's responsible for the chords and the solos and everything else. So, as far as solos is concerned, I know there are a lot of lead guitar players that never did bother to use their pinky finger, but I suppose I could learn how to use just my. I don't know what's going to happen. All I know is it's really not functioning well for the chords. I might get
Maybe
around
we
with
can work
clumsier
together.
solos.
You know, you've seen two people play the guitar at the same time.
I was thinking about that. I would like to have you play the chords while I finger
I could do the
pick.
chords and you could do the finger. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
Well, can you hold a pick, Bill? You
Well,
can
yeah,
hold a
'cause
pick
that's the good
fine
hand.
because that's the other
good
hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the hand that does the chords and plays the solos. It's that ring finger. It's my left ring finger, the one that holds the neck of the guitar.
Well, you
Time to
just,
play Elizabeth Cotton style.
What did she do?
She
Just play
played a
bar
right-handed
chords on
guitar left-handed because she didn't know how to hold it.
I sure like the way she played, though.
Oh, she sure did.
I don't know who that is.
She wrote Freight
Yeah,
Train.
bass.
Freight
All right.
train, freight
Freight
train.
Train
Yeah.
going so fast.
Folk
She's an
singer,
old blues
huh?
singer, but she was working as a housekeeper somewhere, and the owner of the house had an old guitar, and during her breaks, he says you can play it if you want, but she didn't show her how to play it, so she didn't know which way to hold it, so she held it backwards and developed her own technique.
You know, a lot of people did that.
Look her up on. There's YouTube videos.
Yeah,
of
I'm
her.
familiar with her. Yeah.
It's fascinating, and but just with the bass strings being on the bottom, and it gives a whole different dynamic and a whole different melodic element to it.
Well, you know, Jimi Hendrix played a right-handed guitar upside down, left.
But he restrung it left
No.
hand.
No, he didn't. I'm betting you money on that
I
one.
heard he did.
No, I don't think he did.
I think it
I'll
was
bet
with
you money on it, though.
Okay, well,
I'm
I
not
don't
saying
bet
I'm right,
money. I
I'm
don't
saying
bet money, but
When I used to
heard he
hang out with
restrung it.
Jimmy, he used to tell me that that's what he did. I don't really know.
Yeah.
Well, we all know Jimmy never told a lie, so.
Not to me anyway,
was
Bill.
well
He was close personal friend.
Yeah.
Did you see?
Yeah.
Did any of you see that Pepsi commercial where Hendrix is walking down the street as a kid? On one side of the street, there's a Pepsi machine, and on one side, there's a Coke machine. The Coke machine is next to a pawn shop with an accordion in the window, and the Pepsi machine is next to a pawn shop with a Stratocaster in the
Nice,
window. And they
nice.
said if he had chosen Coke, think of what this role would be like.
The little things that alter our destinies.
Electric polka, yes.
All right. Well, speaking of electric polka, as if that were a segue, Barbie, how would you like to start the evening with for us?
Oh, I thought. You're not playing tonight?
Well, here, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do an a cappella song. You guys tell me if I stole this from Roger Miller. Do wackadoo, 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 do wackadoo, wackadoo, wackadoo,
I
do
hear tell
wackadoo,
you're
wackadoo,
doing
wackadoo,
well.
wackadoo, do wackadoo, doom, 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 do wackadoo, 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 do wackadoo, 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 do wackadoo, 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 do wackadoo, boom, 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 do 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 wackadoo, wackadoo, wackadoo. Do wackadoo, 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 do wackadoo, 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 do wackadoo, boo. So, did I make that up or did I steal it from Roger Miller?
Yes.
Okay, good enough for me. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Barbie McMillen.
All right,
Let's
I'm
see,
gonna
remove spotlight. Remove
do a song
spotlight.
about the moon. That was wow. That was it was
And
intense.
mute.
Sorry.
Yeah.
All
This-
right.
We've had a full moon for a few nights here. That's what this is all about. Wrong key. Full moon hanging in the sky. I wish that I knew how to fly. To fly, a voice speaks in my ear. Come fly with me. Come fly with me. But when it comes to the flight, always lose my foresight and wind up falling with a downwind calling me home. Full moon, full moon, ya da da da, full moon, ya da da da, full moon, illuminate, show the way. course. I'll ride the wave back to shore, floating, singing while my feet start bringing me home. Full moon, full moon, ya da da da, full moon, ya da da da, full moon, illuminate, show the way. Ah, ya da 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 da, ooh. Ah, ya da 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 da, ya da da, full moon. But as we play out the night, will my choices be right? My heart is swelling while my head is telling me no. Full moon, full moon, ya da da da, full moon, ya da da da, full moon, illuminate, show the way. Full moon, the moment's very near. I'm strong, but will the road be clear? Dream on, I feel the atmosphere. Dream on of love, dream on of love. But with your face again full, I feel the same magic pull. Despite my knowing, have a new fate showing me home. Full moon, full moon, ya da da da, full moon, ya da da da, full moon, illuminate, show the way, show the way, show the way, full moon.
Yay. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Barbie McMillen. Barbie, when did you write your first song?
Oh, I don't know. I guess I was about 3. We had a piano at the house, and I used to just bang on it and write melodies and stuff on the piano, and just sing stupid stuff. I don't know.
Wow. That piano being around made a big difference, didn't it?
Yeah, it really did. And then when I started watching TV, I used to go pick out the TV themes on the piano that I liked, like
Wow.
Rawhide, and all those Western movies that my daddy used to watch on TV, the Western series. I'd pick out the and learn to play them on the piano.
Wow. I hear there's a really cool version of the Mannix theme song somewhere on YouTube.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
I don't even
Wow.
remember how that goes.
I wouldn't be able to hum it if my life depended upon it. Anyway, I think I am going to segue to Harry. Ladies and gentlemen, Harry Hewlett, please.
All right, here we go. Unmute myself. There you go. Okay, Barb was singing that song, and I kept trying to think where you could put in a do-whack-a-do in there, like you do. I had that do. Didn't fit.
Do-whack-a-do-whack-a-do.
Like a little Roger Miller and the Full
Yeah,
Moon song.
Bill was doing that a while ago, and I had it on my mind. Okay, for lack of anything new, I'm going to do something new.
All right.
So that other song I'm working on, I got got new lyrics, and keep making progress with it. But now my fingers quit working about halfway through the song. Let's see if I got the.
Remember to make sure that your original sound is on. I mean,
I knew that you would
on.
not let me forget that. Okay, there we go.
Ah,
It's on. You hear it? Does
okay.
it sound like it's on? Okay.
Can't hear you play yet, but I'm sure we're good now.
By the way, this is the same chords that I was always using, but I think it works better with the finger picking rather than the banging on it. 'Cause I gave my heart to Jesus. I was just a little kid. I thought I'd go to heaven no matter what I did. I thought it would be easy, but the end is now in sight. Lord help me if I find out I was wrong. Told a woman that I loved her. Wasn't long we had a child. I said that I'd be back for them in just a little while. Told myself to just keep going, they'd be better off alone. Lord help me if I find out I was wrong. I shot a man in anger. Would I do it all again? I never even knew him, much less the things he did. I got down on my knees. I could not say a word. Lord help me if I find out I was wrong. When my life is over, I don't know what I'll see. Bright light, long dark tunnel, Jesus reaching out to me. Will it all turn into, my fingers are stopping, darkness, or the devil in disguise? Lord help me if I find out I was wrong. Lord help me if I find out I was wrong. See, my finger just quit working. They fade out.
Your right hand kind of.
Yeah, it just loses the pattern. I don't know if it's my brain or my. I'm thinking maybe I'm leaning on my guitar and it's like pressing a nerve or something and it kind of goes numb.
I know
It's not numb.
when I was driving back from Galveston, I had my hand like this while I was driving with this hand, and I
Yeah.
might have cut off some circulation around here, but
It might be a
gee whiz.
circulation thing.
I was talking to a friend of mine that's a physical therapist and said the problem could even be up in your neck.
Yeah, I've heard that as well.
Well, I got lots of neck problems right now, so maybe that's what.
You know, Harry, they make armrests like banjo armrests, but they go on your guitar. My carbon fiber guitar's actually got a bevel right here. It makes it a lot more comfortable.
Yeah, I know you got a. It looked like your guitar looks like it melted because the hole is up high. I remember.
Yeah, you
It's up. It's
you,
above
you
the
get
string.
it warm and then you just drag it where you want it, and
Yeah.
you know.
You just mold it. Well, anyway, that's.
There was
What
something
about it?
else I wanted to say before we go on. That one line in the very beginning of the song where I could do anything. Once I got saved, I could do anything I wanted. It reminded me of a passage in the book Keith loaned me. It's a bunch of guys that made it hugely successful in rock and roll that were raised in a Christian background, and how their understanding of the truth was really quite shallow. like they were taught, and the idea was that studying the Bible more and more gives you much deeper understanding of what grace is in terms of, doing what you wanted to do naturally once you get the Holy Spirit. I'm probably going off astray here right now, but you know that you're doing wrong, you don't want to do wrong. But a lot of people did think, well, I've got my free ticket, that I'm good to go. But
Yeah, well,
that's
that
a
was
pretty
just
shallow understanding of the Bible.
But that's just in the first verse. The whole
Yes.
song is
Yes.
it that I know, and it's just like,
Mm-hmm.
in the end, all you got is your faith, and once you got that, there's a lot of people question their own faith, and that's kind of what it is.
Yeah, because that
Yeah.
beginning was, it's perfect for the first verse because it.
But
develops.
that's most kids like that go to Baptist churches and things like that. They're converted when they're little kids. I mean, because they grow up in the church and no one lets them loose till they get them converted. But then they go in and do what they want to do
Well,
on
that's
Sunday
the
night.
Calvinist thing. Once the Calvinist viewpoint is, once you've done it,
Once saved, always saved.
once saved,
Yeah.
always saved,
Yeah.
and you can't lose it. And,
It's not under your control, most importantly.
right.
It's decided.
Well, the Baptist said once saved, always saved, but then the Methodists they would be resaved. I don't know, every now and then.
There's the Arminius is the guy who was kind of the opposite of Calvin, and that's what Methodism comes from, is the
Yeah,
Arminian
well, whatever.
viewpoint. Not Armenian. A lot of people think Armenia. What's Armenia got to do with that?
Armenian.
And he wasn't even from Armenia. I mean,
No, he wasn't. He was from Germany. Like all the theologians back then.
yeah.
Well, we've only got until 9:00. Do you think we can go ahead and solve the question of predestination?
It's already been decided. Bill.
We're all here.
And then we can get on to
But we don't.
premillennial, postmillennial, amillennial.
Well, I'll just say though, I did have a lot of fun as a Baptist kid down at Camp Lebanon.
I bet you did. Yeah. We had lots of fun, particularly on Sunday night. That's where you get your date.
And that's a
you know what I'm
place
saying?
where I think they still have a kid summer camp down there, church summer camp, Camp Lebanon in Cedar Hill down there.
Talk about things happening makes you wonder. There's a whole carload of us boys. We were teenagers, and Charles Irwood got a new car, and we were big enough to kind of do what we wanted to. But still in high school, and we skipped whole church Sunday morning and everything. We got in his car, drove 90 miles an hour all the way on to El Paso and across to Juarez. We was gonna have a good time in those bars down there. And we got down there, and it was election day, and all the bars were closed. So we had to turn around and drive home. Anyway, that's bad.
That would be a great song,
Everything was closed. I think we had hamburgers or something. It's like about it.
I went to
250,
Mexico,
300
but
mile
it was
drive.
closed.
Well, a
Help
couple
me,
of months
son,
ago,
with
I
your
was
200
down in
votes.
Houston visiting my daughter, and I realized I'd left my credit card at the restaurant in Galveston, so I had to drive from Houston to Galveston. I'd planned to go to Austin and visit Fiddler's Green and see if they had any resonator guitars that looked interesting. And so then I had to detour to Galveston, and then I'm heading up toward Austin, and I got the Bastrop, and I thought, well, I wonder how late they stay open because I'm running behind schedule. And I turned it on, or I got online. I pulled into Buc-ee's and got online, and well, it turns out Fiddler's Green wasn't even open at all on Mondays or Tuesdays. So they're only open, I think, Wednesday through Saturday.
You should learn. Must have been the right place, but it must have been the wrong time.
Yeah, that would have been an appropriate song. So I drove an incredibly long distance to get from Houston to Carrollton, and all I got to show for it was I got my credit card back at Guido's in Galveston. Is it my turn?
Yes, and with that,
You just
I
used,
give
you used it up. You used it up.
I give you Keith Dodson.
Well, Sandy Bernard, he is a backyard bard who slips into verse when times get hard. Then he's gotta make amends with those he offends, 'cause his rapier words say just what he intends to do. He had him a wife, she was always causing strife, bound to end up in prison for the rest of her life. She had more than one name, but her favorite was Jane. She cried all the time 'cause she was going insane. Boo-hoo. Well, I once knew them both and they scared me so. I'd look for them in the alleys everywhere I'd go. Now Jane went wild, went to Sandy and smiled, said, guess what, lover, gonna have us a child. Well, Sandy got mad, didn't want to be a dad, said, I'm leaving you, woman. That's all that he had to say. So Sandy went to town, gonna mess around, but Jane found out. She went and tracked him down. She pulled out a gun, she said, I'm ending your fun. You'll end up in hell, you'll never see your son, no way. Now I saw her pull the trigger and I watched him fall. The cops grabbed Jane and they threw her up against the wall. They took Sandy to the dock, he was just down the block. Took a slug from his shoulder while Sandy took stock of his own careless ways and the way he spent his days. The way he treated Jane left him hanging in a haze of guilt. They took Jane to jail, but Sandy paid her bail. Only got probation 'cause the prosecutor failed. Much to his surprise, the jury realized they were both victims of the way their lives were built. Well, I heard Sandy say she's my heart's delight. Now Sandy and Jane stay at home with their son every night. Yeah, they turned out all right. Turned out all right. They turned out all right now.
I remember now. I've been trying to figure out for months now. The ending of that song reminded me of something else. It's that Eddie Money song. I can't remember. It's not Two Tickets to Paradise, but it's the other big hit of his. It ends with that da-da.
Oh, okay. Oh man, that's gonna drive me crazy.
I always get him and Keith confused, actually.
Well, the difference is Keith wasn't an ex-police officer,
That's
and I
true.
think Eddie Money was. Is that
Yes,
correct?
he was.
Yeah.
That's true.
I didn't know that.
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my proud pleasure to introduce to you, or reintroduce to you, Mr. Ace Pounder.
Ta-da! Today, this is my version of a rain dance. Because I'm hoping that we'll get some more rain, because we really need more around here. And so I thought that I would sing this song, which Bill said he likes, so that's good enough for me. You know, if Bill or Harry likes something, it goes into the pile of goodness. So anyway, this is Rainy Days in Texas. Rainy days in Texas tend to melancholy too. I'm sorry, friends. Rainy days always tend to melancholy tunes, as if one can't be reflective on a sunny afternoon. But there's something free and easy about a rainy day in Texas that makes me feel so grateful today. Rainy days in Texas are always welcome. There's nothing like the drops of Texas rain. They fatten and they splash on our faces and our laps as we laugh and slowly gather in the shade. Thanks for the rain. Thanks for the rain. In other places, rain can be unwelcome. A shower can disturb a Sunday walk. But here in Texas, rain is always welcome, except for the times when we get way too much. Rainy days in Texas are reminders that we are not in charge of wind and rain. That is beyond control of humble mortal souls. How can we not appreciate this day? Thanks for the rain. Thanks for the rain. Thanks for the rain. There.
Beautiful.
Ace Pounder. Ace, when did you first pick up the guitar?
Oh, that was I took this horrible uncle that I had gave me $50 for my bar mitzvah, and so I took that $50 and bought a Stella guitar, and worth every penny of that $50, probably about the same now, and started trying to learn how to play, because I played piano, but you know, everybody played piano, and babes just didn't dig guys who played piano. So, hey, what can I say?
They didn't like guys that played the baritone either.
No.
What were you doing, Ace? What were you doing musically when you were an agricultural hippie in Missouri?
Oh, I was playing in local bands and stuff like that. I was doing a lot of writing because I was working as a farmhand.
Springfield and places like that.
Yeah. That's where I bought my first car. Was named Henrietta, by the way, in Springfield, Missouri.
Yeah.
Wow. Springfield, Missouri. Isn't it Chris Albert in Springfield, Missouri?
Yes,
Yeah.
That's right.
He lives there.
That's what I thought.
That's right.
He lived there for a long time.
Didn't he move? He's in Texas now somewhere, I think.
No. Who said?
I thought he moved. You sure? Okay.
Oh.
Anyway,
No, he used to live in Texas at one point.
Yeah.
I thought he moved to Paris or someplace like that. But
No,
Paris.
Paris.
Texas. Come on,
Paris,
Bill.
Texas.
Paris. Well,
Paris,
Now-
Texas, of course.
Carol Brandenburger's mother had a house in Paris, and Michael and Carol are working on fixing that up.
Oh, that's right.
So maybe that's where you heard Paris, Texas. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought
That sounds familiar.
yeah. Okay.
All right. Well,
Hey, Bill,
guess what?
was that Baby Hold On to Me you were thinking about?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. I hate to bring it up to you, but I just
Keith
against my
had to
better
Google it
judgment,
so
I
he could
said it.
figure out what. So does the end of that song do
So
that?
Does
Hold
two
on
does
to
two
me,
two does
hold
two
on.
beats at the end of a song
Mhm.
constitute plagiarism?
No, it's an
No,
arrangement.
No. It'll be our little secret.
Just
Okay.
be sure they spell your name
Except
right
it's
when
gone
they
out
sue
on,
you.
It's being streamed on Facebook and for the
Well,
whole
that's somebody
world to
new.
see,
Somebody new.
archived in the DSA website.
Hi, Mitchell.
Hi, Mitchell. How are you? You are on mute, so we can't hear you, but if you're ready to play, you just came on at the exact right time. Or are
Like
you
live
just-
performance?
Yep.
Oh man.
Are
Okay.
you sitting in or are you playing? Anyway, welcome to the DSA. We're
Thank-
glad to have you here.
Thank you for having me. I'm really rusty. I've only like recorded and put out music. I haven't performed any of it.
Where do you live?
Yeah.
Garland, like right before Rockwell's Bridge.
Okay, so you're a local guy then. Okay,
Yeah.
great.
How'd you find out about us?
The meetup, the app.
That
Yeah.
meetup is actually drawing people, isn't it?
Yeah. Where else do you have the app up? Or where else do you host this group like on the internet?
Facebook, and we archive it on YouTube.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, to get a gist of what we're doing ever since the shutdown began is we've been doing these Zoom meetings for open mics ever since then. So we've been, we get our little Focusrites and we plug them into the back of our computers and plug in our mics or guitars into our Focusrite, and away we
Quick
go.
question, Mitchell. Were there more than one link on that meetup site? Because we had some people complaining they had the wrong link. So did you come straight to here from that link?
I see one event for
Okay.
one group. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, good.
Maybe they see past events. Do you guys reuse the same Zoom link or do you have a new one every week?
It's usually
Yeah,
the same
same
Zoom
one.
link.
Yeah, okay.
And there's no password.
Yeah, just waltz right in here.
Just yeah. So if you want to be a Zoom bomber, you can.
We've
Good.
had that happen.
We've had this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we encourage Zoom bombers?
No.
Oh no,
Name them?
No.
Oh, no.
Encourage it,
we shut them out,
Emphatically no.
but we don't want to make it hard for anybody to come in. So
Okay.
Yeah, it's
What's
and
this
we-
channel called? If I try to find the archives on YouTube.
Dallas
It's-
Songwriters official.
Okay.
Dallas Songwriters _ official. It's all continuous because there's another Dallas Songwriters that we're trying to get out. I can't delete it, but the official is Dallas Songwriters, all one word, _ official.
Okay. I see
Yeah,
it.
we don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know how to. That's Steve Sullivan set that channel up.
Well, it looks like it's there permanently, so
And,
it's
well, I mean,
yeah.
we don't know what the password to get in to delete it. So
Oh, man.
yeah,
I can get into it, but I don't have the.
you can't
Yeah,
delete it.
Man.
I can't delete it.
Yeah.
We don't have the permissions. Okay.
Mhm.
Mm.
And we don't want to really. This still holds content, so I don't think we really want to delete it.
Yeah, it was
But
pretty
you-
easy. I searched Dallas Songwriters official and this was the first thing that came up. So,
Yeah,
Right.
good.
it's not messing with anything.
So we're streaming to Facebook Live, and then later on Harry, I shouldn't say we, that sounds like the Queen or something. We,
The royal
Harry
we.
is the brains,
Harry.
he's the wizard here.
Harry's our wizard. He's the one that
Well, we
archives it to YouTube.
We also stream live to YouTube sometime, and we do a lot of live events
But
that
not
we
this,
record.
not our
this show, not this
virtual
show,
open mic though.
So you need to join up, Mitchell, and we do a lot of stuff here in Dallas. We had We had a stage out at Wildflower up in Richardson, and
Okay.
we had a stage down at Deep Ellum. We were at the Wounded Ostrich. Can you imagine all us old farts down there staying up till 12 o'clock, you know?
Well past our bedtime, but they actually accepted us.
They
That's
kept us, yeah.
cool.
And the fourth Thursday of every month, we have a live open mic at Love and War in Texas. They're at Plano Parkway and 75 in Plano. So you're welcome to join us there. We could have it in person. And
Well,
usually
he's
get to
just
play about
recording
3
right
songs.
now. He hasn't played live, he said, yet.
I know.
But he needs to work on, you need
Time
to work
step
on,
out.
yeah,
Do you-
getting a live, a song or two ready to play live so you can step out with us.
It's
What
a
is your
very
instrument,
supportive
Mitchell?
group too. Very supportive.
I sing and play guitar mainly, but we're songwriters, so we'll just like mess with other instruments too, here and there, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Have any aspirations to perform on guitar and sing?
I do, but like I don't want to be on like stage with like I'd say never more than 100 people. Like I don't like I want to kind of perform at like small.
Well, you're safe
events.
here.
Yeah,
Boy, howdy you are.
yeah.
Yeah, we don't draw huge crowds.
No.
We don't
Yeah,
have a
yeah,
huge fan base.
My goal is to like meet everyone that ever comes and watches us perform. Basically.
Well, you might enjoy Love and War in Texas. To get a gist, that's also up on our Facebook, isn't it? And on our
It's
YouTube.
on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean
There's a playlist on YouTube.
Yeah, those are recorded at Love and War in Texas, fourth Thursday of the month. Repeat. Those are on our archives as well to get a gist of what it's like. Actually, last month, the sound guy didn't show up, so we played purely acoustically in another room altogether.
Ooh, see, that's fun.
Sit-
That's
sit
cool.
Yeah, it
around
was
the
very
table.
intimate. We like it, and it's quite frankly less expensive.
Yeah, we don't have to PA things and hook cables up as much.
Right?
Nice.
It's literally.
Well, they charge
unplugged.
us for the sound man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but when we're in the other room and the sound man doesn't show up, we save some money there. I don't know if I should be letting this secret out, Barbie, or not.
Uh-oh.
Got it. Well, anyway, is there anything else we need to say before we move on to me?
Where can
Okay. Go
I
ahead.
have one more question. Do you have these live events on the meetup as well?
I wouldn't go to the meetup for the live events. I would go to the Dallas Songwriters Association Facebook or YouTube site. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong there. I don't know. Well, I've never
don't-
actually been to meetup.
I don't think that we have the Love and War thing on the meetup page. I'm not sure. Michael is supposed to manage the meetup page, so I don't know if he's put that on there or not.
Another
We've
thing
been
to
doing it a while,
consider is joining the Dallas Songwriters Association. We have a website, dallassongwriters.org. Is that correct, Barbie? Okay. And so you go there. It's $75 a year, but there's a lot of benefits. We're having a meeting tomorrow night, and part of our monthly meetings, we have you can pay $10 and have your song critiqued. And
Gotta have you gotta
we have
gird
a
up your
producer
loins.
and
Where's
Yeah, an
Ace? I
MP3.
forgot to put
our
Ace on here.
illustrious professor of
He's not
songwriting
saying
at
much.
Collin College, Barbe McMillen, give professional critiques, and it's a good way to get try your new stuff out and get feedback on it.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I saw this event come up many times, but I've been looking for in-person events for a while. So I probably would have found you guys 6 months earlier if you guys put up your actual in-person events on this app.
Oh, the Love and War thing?
Yeah, anything. Yeah, it's
We
pretty
get a-
lonely on the internet.
We get a lot of
Okay.
meetup responses on email and everything, and they never show up. I don't know.
I think part of it is I think there's an old meetup thing out there that had your link instead of Barb's link for the Zoom.
Oh, that's
So
so
because
it's my
we
fault.
had some
It's my fault
complaints,
then.
and
Okay.
one guy a couple of weeks ago, the time that y'all called it off and I didn't know it, and I ended up posting. we had a couple people says, yeah, I tried this link and nobody ever on. Then I found this other link and I tried it and got into here. So
I would love to see you guys at the Love and War event. If you guys could get it listed on here, it would send me a reminder to show up.
Have you ever been to Love and War?
No, I haven't. What's it like?
It's oh, they got a big stage and bar and all kinds of stuff. It's a lot of country, a lot of popular acts come through and play there. It's right off 75 on Plano Drive up in Plano. And it's a bar. They got good food and Gary P. Dunn and people like that come through. They play up there.
I like to say that I opened for Ray Wiley Hubbard. It was 2 nights earlier, but I still opened for him, right?
Yeah, I bet he appreciated it. Yeah, it's a good stage, and they got plenty of parking too. It's in a good location.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, parking is definitely not a problem there.
Love it. Yeah, parking is sometimes hit or miss at a place.
So just 4th Thursday of the month usually. November we do it the Tuesday before because of Thanksgiving, and in December we don't do it because we have a Christmas party. And occasionally Love and War will have a scheduling conflict and we'll have to reschedule that month. That happened a couple
Yeah,
of
they
months
always
ago.
win.
Yeah.
All's fair, Love and War.
Yeah. There you go.
All right, who's up next?
That's
I didn't mean to
Hey.
derail y'all.
No, that's all right.
No,
We're glad to
we
get-
were
Glad to have
derailed
you
from
with
the
us. We're
very
hoping to
beginning
see you
there.
at Love and War.
Yeah, we're glad to get a chance to advertise. There might be a person that might have some information in addition to you that can benefit from our telling you about our advertisings. Okay, much to everyone's surprise, I am going to be next. This song is called Surf Spacer. I need an A. Someone give me an A. And I will. Boom, boom, boom. Got it. Thank you, Barbie. Okay, now, here we go. This one's called Surf Spacer. Imagine lead, bass, drums, and rhythm. Ba-dum, 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 boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Ba 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 dee up ba 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 dee up ba 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 dee up ba ba da 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 dum bo dum bo dum. I lost my key. Bo boom bo boom bo boom. Oh me bo boom bo boom bo boom bo boom. Boom boom body boom 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 body up boom boom bum body up boom. Ba 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 boom ba boom bo boom ba dum. Where am I? Boom 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 boom. Bow dum bow dum bow dum bow dum bow boom bow boom bow dum bow dum bow boom bow dum bow dum bow dum bow dum.
Can't wait till you can start playing that guitar again. That's going to be good with the looper, I bet.
Oh gosh, I hope those fingers come back to life. This finger comes back to life. Okay, to explain that, Mitchell, I mean, I played guitar until a couple of weeks ago, and one of my fingers stopped working correctly, and I'm assuming it's temporary. So I'm faking it for the next couple of weeks and just trying to adapt with what I have. Anyway, here is Barbie.
All right. Well, I saw in the news, I wrote this song a little while back, and when we used to have trouble with Iran and they were taking hostages, everybody likes to take American hostages so they can trade them for something or other. Occasionally, we get killed. So, but anyway, this song was at a time when we had hostages in Iran, and there were a couple of times when we tried to get them out or whatever, you know. But today in the news, Iran was in the news trying to that I guess they were shooting at an oil tanker or something in the Gulf. In fact, they had, like, in the past year or so, or more, maybe not, I don't know how long a time, but they have actually captured or taken 20 oil tankers or something in the Gulf. So anyway, this is my song about that, and it's also a moon song. I'm gonna do my moon songs tonight, and this is called Blood Moon. Moon's coral light steals across the land. Visions appear to people of the sand. Long-standing cesspools of Mideast have rallied to become a beast. Moon's full, can you hear the wailing? Blood moon, can you hear the crying? Can you see the warriors dying? Dying. Proud eagle now plans with guile to free prisoners from among mosaic tiles. Black fuel from below the sand is needling nations to take a stand. Blood moon, can you hear the wailing? Blood moon, can you hear the crying? Can you see the warriors dying? Dying. And then the nations took a stand, devastating the land. Blood moon, can you hear the wailing? Blood moon, can you hear the crying? Can you see the blood moon? Can you hear the wailing? Blood moon, can you hear the crying? Can you see the warriors dying? Dying. Dying.
I like that song, Barbie. What's the story behind it?
Well, it's just about the Iran-Contra dealie way back then.
Wow, my short-term memory is so terrible. You introduced it with that, and I was just looking at it from a totally different. I forgot completely about the introduction. You already explained what the song was about.
Well, what was it about to you? That's what matters.
That's
I mean, it's
true.
going to be about something else
That's true.
to every listener.
It's in
You know.
yeah, and the ears of the beholder.
Yeah, I remember thinking, let's see, who was it? Frank Gilligan. He had a song. I wish I could remember the name of the song now, but I asked him about it once, what one of his songs was about, and I just totally got something totally different from it. And he looked at me and he said, well, it's personal to you. It's whatever, brought up in your experiences is what the song's about to you. So
What's that police song? I'll be watching you. Apparently, there have been people that use that as a theme song for their marriage, and I guess, oops, I guess I wasn't paying attention.
I think of it as a stalker song,
Right.
I mean, exactly that's what it's about. Good Lord. For your wedding? Great. Good luck with that. Yeah.
Yeah, let's get a progress report on that one. Oh my gosh. Okay, Harry, are you ready to go?
I'm ready.
All right, there you are.
Ready, you're ready. Okay. Okay. This song is an old song, but used to be one of my favorite songs, and I'm kind of trying to relearn it. Played it last week, I think. I'm a believer now. Not the monkey song, but this is my song. I saw you talking on your cellular phone. I heard you tell someone you's leaving home. I saw you pack your bags and walk out the door. I heard you push that Porsche to the floor. Did not believe, I'm a believer now. Dad said, son, don't believe anything you hear. Only believe half of what you see. Well, honey, you've been gone almost half a year. Looks like it's time for starting to believe. I'm a believer now. Did not believe that we would ever part. Did not believe that you could break my heart. Did not believe that we would say goodbye. Did not believe that you could make me cry. Did not believe, I'm a believer now. Dad said, son, don't believe anything you hear. Only believe half of what you see. Well, honey, you've been gone almost half a year. Looks like it's time for starting to believe. I'm a believer now. I'm a believer now. I'm a believer now. I saw you talking on your cellular phone. I heard you tell someone who's leaving home. I saw you pack your bags and walk up the door. I heard you push that Porsche to the floor. Did not believe it we would ever part. Did not believe that you could break my heart. Did not believe that we would say goodbye. Did not believe that you could make me cry. Did not believe, I'm a believer now. Oh, yeah. I'm a believer now.
Harry, was that that song in drop D?
No, it was in E.
Is it E? Okay.
Yeah.
Regular tuning.
Okay. Sounded very.
Regular-
I like the tone of it. It's
I
a
got it
Martin,
on.
I'm
I
guessing.
got it on record. If you want to hear the real song, I recorded it a long time ago. But it's.
You haven't played that much, though. I don't think I've heard that very often.
I don't know why I never play. I got a lot of songs I don't play. I just you. Well, I said a song isn't written until you can record it, but once you record it, you can just forget about it because it's out there. It's out there on its own. And some of that stuff's kind of hard to play anyway. But I got that whole Tahoka Daisy CD is just a guitar vocal, and then I had harmony to it. I doubled up on all the harmonies. It's amazing what it does if you just double up on the same harmony on a song. Sometimes one harmony part sounds naked, but if you add another harmony, the same harmony, just doubling it up, and it just really fattens it out.
Yep.
And that's what that whole album was. It was the first time I'd ever done anything on a computer, with digital recording. I got this. I think it was Magic's, or something like this. This has been 15, 20 years ago when they first started doing it. I just stood up in front of a microphone and sang it about 20 times. Then I'd pick out the best parts and put them in there together. And finally, when I got the song down right, then I had the harmony to that. EQ'd it, give it to CD Baby, and it ended up being my best album. It really has. But well, that's me.
That's a good album.
That's me.
So I could find this online right now.
Yeah, Tahoka Daisy. That's the album. The song is just I'm a believer now, but it's on there. I think I've got a lyric video of it too on YouTube.
Where would you find it? Harry
Okay,
Hewlett
Dave.
YouTube?
On YouTube, he
Harry
said.
Hewlett
I
Music.
mean, Harry Hewlett YouTube?
Harry Hewlett Music.
Okay.
But you just do a search for Harry Hewlett. I'm a believer now, and it'll come up in about a half a dozen places.
You.
Hewlett, Hewlett. Harry Hewlett Music. See that picture behind me on my background?
Boom! There he is.
Yeah. It's the Tahoka Daisy CD though. There's 2 or 3 CDs on there. I got a bunch of them in my closet.
The Tahoka Daisy.
That's it. That's it right there.
What an album, Art.
Yeah, that's my favorite album.
Well, I think there's a pregnant pause here. I'm going to lead us
A pregnant
to
pause. Yeah.
Keith Dodson. This is Keith Dodson.
Yeah.
This is one I haven't done in quite a while. This is about a former next door neighbor of mine that they lived next to me for, 25 years. And I watched their kids grow up and move away and get established on their own. And they suddenly decided, it's maybe time to make a change. So that's why I say former neighbor. But they decided to make a lifestyle change. So this is about that change. We lived in this old house of ours for going on 30 years. The kids are grown and they're on their own. They've got their own careers. It didn't take long to realize we just don't need a house this size. Now we're saying our goodbyes. We're downsizing. Downsizing, we don't need this big old house no more. Let's get a new one smaller than the old one with just one single floor. Just what we need, nothing more, yeah. We're downsizing. Just 3 bedrooms, maybe 4 for when the grandkids stay. A great big yard with lots of room for them to run and jump and play. A media room for movie night, a pool and a spa would be alright. An outdoor kitchen, hey, dynamite. We're downsizing. Downsizing, downsizing, we don't need this big old house no more. Let's get a new one, smaller than the old one, with just one single floor, just what we need, nothing more, yeah. We're downsizing. With the sauna in the greenhouse and the sewing room and a workshop with tools from Sears, it's grown to 4,010 square feet with a mortgage that'll last for 50 years. Downsizing, downsizing, we don't need this big old house no more. Let's get a new one, smaller than the old one, with just one single floor, just what we need, nothing more, yeah. We're downsizing, just what we need and nothing more, yeah. We're downsizing?
Ace Pounder.
This is a weird song because it's unlike almost everything I write. The music came first. I usually write words that have kind of an implied melody, if you know what I mean. And but this one, I just wrote the music and then put words to it, and as a result, it's kind of strange. If you would listen to this and not know me, you would think that I came from a nautical family. That's not true. My father was in the Navy in World War II, but I don't think that counts as being a nautical family. So anyway, but it just total imagination. I must have seen a show or something that had this image in it, and so it stayed with me. So anyway.
So your father is as naughty as you are?
Assault. I got a great picture of him, and he's like, his 45 strapped to his waist, to his hip. It was very cool. Of course, I knew him a lot later than that. So anyway. I think Van Morrison wrote this in another life. Well, I woke up in the morning with a feeling of dark warning, an existential cloud around my head. But before I felt a sadness, I remembered what my dad said. If you don't know, go straight ahead. Go nowhere but straight ahead, he said to me. Drop the byline, fix your cap, and get out the lead. When you think you're going nowhere, get up on your feet. Go nowhere but straight ahead. There's so much temptation to stew in situations that you should leave ASAP. But don't just look at your shoes when you've got the blues. Use them to stride and be free. Go nowhere but straight ahead, he said to me. Drop the byline, fix your cap, and get out the lead when you think you're going nowhere. Get up on your feet. Go nowhere but straight ahead. So let's stand together and laugh back at the weather, whether metaphoric or real. And before we give in to cynicism, have faith in ancient wisdom. Go ahead, live and be free. Go nowhere but straight ahead, he said to me. Drop the bow line, fix your cap, and get out the lead. When you think you're going nowhere, get up on your feet. Go nowhere but straight ahead. Or some such. I have no idea where the nautical stuff came by. I don't know. Well, but since I'm on that topic, I want to thank my friend Keith for correcting my writing on that. And to Mitchell, that's one of the cool things about this is you can try stuff out, and it's among friends, and people say, "No, that's not it. That's what you mean," and you rewrite it. So that's very cool. So thank you, Keith, and thank you.
Actually, you didn't rewrite it because it's the word is spelled the same but pronounced differently depending on how you're using it.
Okay, yeah.
A bow line is the line that you attach from the ship to the shore from the bow of the boat, but there's also a bow line, which is a knot, which is actually not a knot you'd use to tie a bow line. So, but it's spelled the same way. Just
Never use a bow line to tie a bow line.
there you go.
Potato, let's...
So you didn't really rewrite it, you just changed the way you sang it.
I corrected it. Let's put it that way. It was corrected. And it still doesn't make any sense if you know I'm from suburban Pittsburgh, but what the hell, part of this is imagination. So.
All right, we are putting you on the spotlight if you want to take it. Mitchell?
You're muted.
Okay. Well, it just depends how this sounds.
Do you know about original sound for musicians on Zoom?
Oh no, tell me about that.
Okay, are you using a PC, a Mac, or a phone?
I'm on a Mac.
You're on a Mac. Okay, Harry, you can probably give the instructions better for that. There's a feature that you have to enable. Otherwise, it's going to think your guitar is background noise and it's going to mute it out. So,
Can you hear that?
if you go, give us a big strum.
Yeah, that sounds good.
That's actually coming through. Okay.
The question is my MacBook's fan louder than everything else?
We don't hear it.
No, you're good.
Oh wow, that's great.
We don't go for perfect here.
All right. I'll probably play. This one's kind of. I'll try this one. It's a little bit like jazz with a combination of like hip hop maybe, jazz, hip hop, pop.
I love fusion music.
And it's like you guys remember Outkast? It was like early 2000s. This band called Outkast. All good. Don't worry.
All be new to us. That's great. We love new stuff.
All right, so I'll just try to get this down. There's some like light rapping with some singing on top of this riff. So let me get this riff down. 78705. Been some time since I have felt alive. Put myself on hold and made you the one apple of my eye. Since you gave up the wheel and then dared me to drive. go, it's time, do my best for you and put some time aside. And when I'm off, you put that guilt inside my mind. And if I say the wrong things back to you, we cry. But still we try to compromise, checking in with you on what I do. Each day and night we fight, I lose my view to see through lover's eyes. Paint you in a different light and think it might make me the devil in disguise. That's right, things seem rough at first, but I do think this kind of love I have with you is near damn hard to find. At 30 bars, nothing to rhyme that comes to mind that has an eye. So babe, I think I'm going crazy. Yeah, you had me up to here sometimes lately. When you do the things you do and try to tame me, who can blame me? This California life feels like a race. I only took this gig to make a change and recreate. And while my restless mind is always telling me to wait, my heart wants me to find myself a different place, different face. I'll fall in love with someone new and that's from a different state with different tastes, and spend all of our time in endless joy and praise. Babe, I think I'm going crazy. Yeah, you had me up to here sometimes lately. When you do the things you do and try to tame me, who can blame me? Crazy. Yeah, you had me up to here sometimes lately. When you do the things you do and try to tame me, who can blame me? But still I kick it with you. Yeah. And then there's this whole outro that's heavily programmatic or programmed, so skip that last part.
That was good. Your guitar came through very nicely. What are you playing?
This is a classical, like
Okay,
Ibanez
yeah.
nylon.
I think that's why it came through, is the nylon strings probably didn't trigger the background noise thing. So we got
Right, because the
ability
steel
to play
strings would be
steel
like
string.
resonance and
Yeah.
high end, right?
Yeah. So that was really good, and I'm just impressed the way you're able to play those complicated rips while rapping. My right hand goes to pot when I start singing or talking. So that was really good.
Thank you.
One of the great things about being on this thing is you can listen to it back later, which oftentimes we'll do. So Harry, does Mitchell need to give you his email address so you can mail a link to him, or can he just go to our Facebook page and see what we did?
I have the YouTube channel, so I could always just like jump on and watch it.
If
Right?
you subscribe to the
Probably, yeah.
YouTube channel, you should probably they'll probably give you.
Yeah, you'll
put it
probably
in
be
your
able to see.
feed.
Yeah, you'll
Okay.
probably be able to see it. Yeah, I liked it too.
Yeah, be sure to like last week's, and then that way it'll put it in your recommended.
Oh, yeah. Trigger it.
Yeah,
Okay. Good
at least
idea.
that's what all the YouTube hosts tell me. Be sure to press like so that will and ring that notification bell.
I'm ringing the bell.
Well, Barbie, I don't have anything I can fake a cappella right now. Are you ready to go again? Or should I stall for a few more minutes?
You're muted.
Anyway, while Barbie's muted, we can keep telling you that keep up the good work there.
And
Yeah,
be
I
sure
like
to
that
come
song.
back.
I
Be
like
sure to
that
come
song a
back.
bunch. It was good.
Coming from Barbie, that's a compliment.
Thank you. It was about my move I moved from California to Texas like a year and a half ago.
Welcome
to
the great
God's
state
country.
of Texas.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to
Happy
go
to be
ahead
here.
and remove everybody but you, Barbie, if you're ready to go.
It's gonna be a blue moon tonight, 'cause you're coming home soon tonight. Since that telephone rang, I can't think of a thing but holding you, kissing you, since our wedding day. My mama says she knows you was just an old stray. But my daddy says you ain't no good, that you never would be round except once in a blue moon. It's gonna be a blue moon tonight, 'cause you're coming home soon tonight. Since that telephone rang, I can't think of a thing but holding you, loving you, kissing you. I've always been a stubborn girl, never taken no advice. Winning time in your busy world was a tumble of the dice. I knowed you was a rambling man the day you took my hand to cherish once in a blue moon. It's gonna be a blue moon tonight, 'cause you're coming home soon tonight. It's gonna be a blue moon tonight, 'cause you're coming home soon tonight. Thank you. Little Blues.
I love the bass tone in that. Do you have two keyboards or like two patches?
I have it split. I have my keyboard split.
Okay.
And so I got the bass down here at the left hand.
Yeah, I like the
Keyboard
growl.
sound up here. Thanks. Yeah, that's a finger bass 2 on a stage model, Roland stage piano is what I'm playing.
Okay.
It's got a nice round sound. There's a lot of bass sounds in it. When I record, sometimes I'll load up a couple of different sounds together, like the finger bass for the round sound, and then a more picking bass for, a little edge clarity or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I guess we've reached our pregnant pause again, haven't we? That would mean Harry.
Harry.
Did I cut you off too short? Barbie, was there anything else
No,
you wanted to say?
I'm done.
Okay.
I'm just trying to figure out the graphic on the Sunstock. That's what I'm doing back in the background here.
You're multitasking, aren't
I'm
you?
trying. Yeah, it's still got the 2022 up for last year and stuff. I'm trying to make it work. I don't know. I'm
Okay, well,
frustrated.
Good luck. All we can say is good luck. SUNSSTOCK.
Am I up? Is it me?
Yes,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, Harry Hewlett.
I'm dedicating this song to Ace's father. D-Day, when they invaded Normandy, the Navy got
The naughty guy.
someone got the bright idea. Anyways, the Navy, they had all these troops on those ships and all that, the ocean and waves and everything, getting across the English Channel to do that invasion. So they gave everybody steak and eggs and all that kind of stuff, and gravy and everything, big breakfast, because they figured they needed a big breakfast that's fixing to go on this invasion. And all they did is throw up all the way over there. But the Navy fed them all. Their hearts were in it. But anyway, this song is called Old soldiers never die. I used to call it Uncle Bill, but I changed the name of it. And I'm going to try doing the harmonica on it this time. I hadn't done it in a long time.
I thought you were going to do 6 eggs, Harry, when you
No, I
started
could
talking
do
about
that.
eggs.
I could do that, but this has got an egg line in it. So
You know
anyway.
what? My egg cooker only cooks 6 eggs, and so every time I load in 6 eggs, I
cut
start
6
singing
eggs
your
in.
songs.
Yeah, well,
Oh, quit egging him on.
there wasn't much I'd ever seen. Knee holes in my jeans. To me, Uncle Bill had seen it all. Purple Heart war as hell. Stories I begged him to tell filled my head with dreams I still recall. The Navy fed him steak and eggs. lost every egg they ate. Me, they say, Uncle. Oh, I got it all screwed up now because I hadn't done it so long. The Navy, they gave him steak and eggs. Lost every egg he ate. He was in that first wave. He was only one of 3 that made it off of that LCV. My finger's starting to mess up again. I think it's, I don't know what it is. I'm gonna try keep my hand off my guitar. The Navy gave him steak and eggs. Lost every egg he ate. He was in that first wave. He was only one of 3. Made it off of that LCV. God damn that boat. Bless the USA. Ooh, I'm not gonna do that. I got the same problem Bill's got, or something, but it's my right hand.
Weird, isn't it?
I don't know what it is. Maybe it's heat related. Working in the heat. You know,
I wouldn't be a bit surprised. I
Yeah.
know that I was out working in the heat
Yeah.
that Wednesday before I came to Zooming.
Well, anyway, I'm
tonight.
not gonna do a finger picking song. I'll pass. I'll wait till next time. I'll get re-rigged up on something else. Sorry, folks.
Oh, is there anything you want to say?
Barb, we're
Buzz?
getting old. We're getting old. Okay. Yeah. Now I'll do another song next time.
That brings us to you, Keith, as we all age gracefully.
All right. Well, we're aging anyway. Gracefully or not. An old friend of mine named Pete said, why don't you come over to eat? We'll have roasting taters and some fried green tomatoes, and there's someone we'd like you to meet. You'll find that she's warm and she's vital. They never proved that she was homicidal. Now she's off of probation, got a standing ovation at her musical saw recital. Sorry, Pete. You see, I'm having my goldfish declawed, and my toaster's coming back from abroad. Gotta find a new mate for my slug, and I sure need to rewind my rug. Gotta get some new cleats for my bed, and I just heard Abe Lincoln is dead. Maybe next time, old matey, my regards to the lady. It's not that I think that she's flawed, I'm just having my goldfish declawed. Another friend of mine named Ray Got evicted for failure to pay. Said I'm moving tomorrow. Do you think I could borrow your truck? Could you help me all day? My stuff's thrown out on the veranda, and I need help to move the piano. It's not all that heavy, it won't fit in my Chevy. Could you drive it to South Louisiana? Sorry, Ray. You see, I'm having my goldfish declawed, and my toaster's coming back from abroad. Gotta find a new mate for my slug, and I sure need to rewind my rug. Gotta get some new cleats for my bed. It's a shame that Abe Lincoln is dead, and some old misdemeanors got lost at the cleaners. But your future success I'll applaud. But now I'm having my goldfish declawed. A stranger called me up, name of Destin, an opportunity that I should invest in. It's really great news, you surely can't lose. I'm speaking tonight at the Westin. You can't believe this deal's renowned, and I ain't asking for much money down. But you'll find that it's best if more you invest. Guaranteed it's the best deal in town. Sorry, Destin. You see, I'm having my goldfish declawed, and my toaster's coming back from abroad. Gotta find a new mate for my slug, and I sure need to rewind my rug. Gotta get some new cleats for my bed. Can't believe that Abe Lincoln is dead, and my checkbook's in hot at the place down the block. Not saying you're trying to defraud, I'm just having my goldfish declawed. Tomorrow I'm having my goldfish declawed.
Perhaps the only time in modern music that declawed and fraud have been rhymed, ladies and gentlemen.
I've been accused of having some really horrid rhymes, but
No, it's perfect.
it works for humorous effect, I think.
Yeah, I agree with you completely. It's just I've never heard that before.
I'm charting new territory.
But I do know now that if I ever invite you off to do something and you tell me that you're having your goldfish declawed, I know you may be joshing me.
Oh, well, I could just tell you I'm having my cat Simonized.
I never did figure out what Martinizing was. There were places all over, places I've lived that have Martinizing, and it just, I have no concept.
9, it's out by 5. I guess that's what that means.
I mean, who was Martin, right? Martin Luther, that would be awfully classic, but I doubt that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you never heard that Martin Luther was famous for his dry cleaning capabilities, yes. Anyway, going far and farther afield, this is for a friend of ours who actually, I thought of this song because I just remembered today that I didn't call him yesterday, and I meant to. But we have guests in the house, and so everything goes out the window. But anyway, I'll call him tomorrow. This is allegedly a true story. I have a friend who's had a rough time. He's been laid up for a month or 3. First it was his hip, and then it was his back, and finally they replaced his knee. He asked his doctor, "What's the matter? How come my joints have become such wrecks?" The doctor chuckled and shook his head and said, "You can blame it on sex. You can blame it on sex." That's what caused these effects. It's not a curse or a hex. You can blame it on sex. Well, my friend was astounded and a little amused at the news that his doctor spread. You mean my condition is the result of contortions that I managed so long ago in bed? The doctor laughed, looked him in the eye and said, "That's exactly what I said. You can blame it on sex. That's what caused these effects. It's not a curse or a hex. You can blame it on sex." He said, "I know that you were a young man now because you sure... I knew that you were a young man once because you sure are an old man now. So I'm glad you had your fun when you had a chance because it's over for you and how." So as you can imagine, my friend is having trouble deciding exactly how to think of this. On one hand, he feels like a sack of, I shouldn't say it on TV, but on the other hand, he had a ball. From my perspective, I must admit that there are far worse ways to go. It's not that he was hurting from counting beans or playing tic-tac-toe. He can blame it on sex. That's what caused these effects. It's not a curse or a hex. You can blame it on sex. You can blame it on sex. It's not a curse or a hex. That's what caused these effects. You can blame it on sex. There for Rod. He claims that's a true story, too. I don't know.
Been a long time since I could blame anything on sex.
Well said, my friend.
I mean, you know.
So, were you grunting a little bit when you were playing guitar?
Probably. I wasn't working at grunting, but there's probably some gruntage in there.
Do
Yes,
that a little bit in between.
We've been wanting to talk to him about that.
your grunting is getting in the way.
When you're just playing and not singing, and do you grunt a little bit or something?
Oh yeah, I always kind of hum along with myself and stuff, you know.
This friend of mine, J.R. Russell Jr., a lot of people call him Junior because his blues band is Junior, and the All Stars. But I remember Don recording him in the studio, and he's supposed to be playing lead guitar, right? Well, he was grunting all the way through the lead guitar thing, which was coming through, the recording mic because they had a microphone on an amp, to get the sound. This was back when, and so we're trying to tape his mouth shut and stuff, That's what that reminded me of, J.R. Russell.
You remember that? Who's that female tennis player who used to grunt loudly when she'd hit the ball? It was really distracting. Oh, well done, sir. Man, I haven't used that synapse in years.
That's I think they actually had they did some sort of sanction or something. They said she had to stop doing it.
It was freaking, even as I'm watching, it was like, oh.
Well, all right. So who's next?
Mitchell?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Okay, this one. We still sound clear over here on this end?
Yes, you
There's a
do.
bell.
How's the voice level compared to the guitar? Like when I
It was pretty
sing,
good
is it
level.
Nicely
Okay.
balanced.
Yeah.
nicely balanced? Okay, perfect. All right, this one's more like. Do you guys remember that song "Kissed by a Rose"? Seal.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so this is like kind of like that vibe. It's the closest song I could think that kind of reminds me of it. But no rapping in this one. This one's called Spring. Ooh, 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 ooh. She had never loved before, and all the things still hanging by my door. Like I could ever toss them out for sure. Of course, the memory of her face and smile is torn, but I wouldn't replace our times with more. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Maybe I'd never loved before, and all the things still hanging by my door. Like I could ever toss them out for sure. Of course, the memory of your face and smile is torn, but I wouldn't replace our time. The world had made me weathered, I'd bruised, bounded, and tethered, till finally I saw the truth. And nothing lasts forever, even moments shared together eventually comes back to you. Booty gang. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Good. All right, thank you.
All right, my curiosity is killing me. You ended on that chord. You chose that chord to end on. Tell me more about your reasoning.
The chord I ended on.
Yes.
Man, that's a great question, and a very specific question for a very intentional chord that I did end on. Yeah, it's like I like to end my songs like in anticipation, like they never feel resolved.
Yeah. All right, good answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so you would intentionally put it like that.
Yeah,
It drives the more pedantic of us crazy when you end on a suspended second.
He was on
Oh,
a
Keith, you just turned me on when you use those great words like pedantic.
I don't know about this talking dirty.
No, it's just naughty. It's not dirty.
Oh, okay, like my father.
I was talking to somebody, and pedantic is the adjective form of pedant, which is the noun. And I was in a conversation. I said something. I guess I'm kind of a pedantic, which was wrong, and somebody corrected me.
Perfect. That's great stuff.
How
Did
ironic
they
was that?
did they have it? Are they smart enough to understand what they've done?
I think they were.
Okay, good.
I'm pretty sure they knew.
Good. Okay.
Well, goodness gracious, we've got less than according to my watch, we have about 9 minutes. So
Okay, we can still do 3
all
songs.
right, Barbie, away you.
Please excuse me, but I've got house guests that I need to go rush off to, so I will beg off and probably see most of you tomorrow evening.
All right, good night, Ace. Say hello to your
Take care,
house guests
Ace.
for us.
I shall. Thank you, guys.
All right, good night.
You've heard the story of Jesse James, of how he lived and he died. But if you're still in need of some outlaw deeds, here's the story of Bonnie and Clyde. Now Bonnie and Clyde and the Barrow Gang were said to be worth their weight in lead. Oh, they'd rob and steal, but those who squealed usually found dying or dead. Well, you can't believe the fake news, no. The gang wasn't so ruthless as that. Their nature was raw, they hated the law. Stool pigeon spotters and rats. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Do-do-do, what'll they do? On a wild ride, needing a place to hide. That's the story of Bonnie and Clyde. They were called cold-blooded killers. It was said they were heartless and mean. But Bonnie said with pride that she once knew Clyde, that he was honest, upright, and clean. But the law fooled around, kept taking him down and locking him up in a cell. Till he said to Bonnie, I'll never be free, so I'll meet a few of them in hell. A newsboy said to his associate, I wish old Clyde would get jumped. In these awful hard times, we'd make a few dimes if 5 or 6 cops would get bumped. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah. Doodle-doodle, what'll they do? On a wild ride, needing a place to hide. That's the story of Bonnie and Clyde. Some people have suffered from heartbreak, from weariness. Some people have died. But take it all in all, our troubles are small compared to Bonnie and Clyde. If a copper was bumped in Big D and they had no clue or guide, if they couldn't find a fiend, they just wiped their slate clean and blamed it on Bonnie and Clyde. There were 2 crimes in the U.S. of A. Not credited to the Barrow mob. Well, they had no hand in the kidnapping man, nor the Kansas City Depot job. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah. Doodle-doodle, what'll they do? On a wild ride, needing a place to hide. That's the story of Bonnie and Clyde. The Times went to press with a crime report. Clyde called Bonnie one day. He said, now don't start any fights. We ain't working nights. We're joining the NRA. From over in Irving to the West Dallas Viaduct was known as a Great Divide, where women were kin and men were men. And they didn't steal on Bonnie and Clyde, and they tried to act like honest citizens and writ them a toes a little flat. About the 3rd night, they were invited to fight by a sub-gun's rat-a-tat-tat. They didn't think they were too tough or desperate. They knew that the law always wins. They'd been shot at before, but they could not ignore that death is the wages of sin. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah. Doodle-doodle, what'll they do? On a wild ride, needing a place to hide. That's the story of Bonnie and Clyde. Well, the road was winding and so dimly lit, there were no highway signs to guide. But they made up their mind
like that. It's the first time I've heard you with the addition of the drums on it, and it helped me focus more on the bass line, which is really cool.
Oh, thank you.
Following the chord progression more closely, where you do the major 2 and the minor 2 also, I think it was. At any rate, I like that one. That was Barbie McMillen, and that brings us to Harry.
Okie
Harry
dokie.
Hewlett.
Here we go. The Hoka Daisy. I met that little yellow rose way down in Texas, don't you know? But Rosie never did a thing for me. 'Cause Texas has another flower. I think about her every hour. Her beauty's fresher than the morning breeze. So take me up just south of Lubbock to that place where we both grew up. She's the prettiest flower I've ever seen. I'm talking about the Hoka Daisy. She's the one who drives me crazy. Hoka Daisy, you're the gal for me. The Hoka Daisy, I love you. The Hoka Daisy, I'll be true. And like that little blossom of purple and gold, I know our love will always grow. The Hoka Daisy, you're so sweet. You've got me on my knees. The Hoka Daisy, you're the lady, and will you marry me? I said I met that little yellow rose, Blue Bonnie, with her turned up nose. She didn't do a thing for me. 'Cause Texas has another flower. I think about her every hour and all the ways that she knows how to please. So drop me off just south of Lubbock. All my exes you can call up. She's the prettiest flower I've ever seen. I'm talking about the Hoka Daisy. She's the one who drives me crazy. Hoka Daisy, you're the gal for me. The Hoka Daisy, you're the lady, and will you marry me? The Hoka Daisy, the love song. Thank you very much.
All right.
That's it for me.
That was awesome. That sounds very difficult to keep those parts in order.
Yeah,
He's just modest, but yeah.
I'm modest.
It
Yeah,
is.
I really
Wing. He's doing top and bottom melodies and
I was doing some little research there a while ago, Bill, and the fine coordination in the fingers is affected by the cerebellum, or what are they call it? Anyway, the brain in the back, right at the top of the neck. And I've been having arthritis, and last night I had these what do you call them? Tension headache, and I bet you that's what it is, because it affects your fine motor skills. Have you ever had your neck looked at for arthritis?
No, but I probably will
You should
pretty
do that.
soon. I messaged Steven, and he suggested I go see a neurologist. You know, go to my general practitioner, and he'll
Oh,
have him
yeah.
recommend a neurologist.
Well, anyway,
Take a look at him.
it's one of those
Yeah.
getting old things.
I almost lost
Mitchell
my
didn't have to worry about that.
oncologist because he said to me after an MRI scan, he says, "Well, you know, you're cancer free and this, that, and the other thing." He says, "You got a little bit of arthritis here," and then he made the almost fatal mistake. He said, "But that's normal for a person of your age."
And you punched him, right?
This guy saved my life, and here he is, and I'm torn. You know, he saved my life. I'm cancer free, but my gosh, why do you say something like that?
You're just getting old.
Just
You're
shoot
just
that
getting old.
messenger.
Anyway, this is based on a story my grandfather told me when I was a little kid. So. Just a comin' back from fishing down the old North Ida Road. My grandpa said, do you see the tallest tree in that there grove? Around the bottom of that tree there stands an old wrought iron fence with the graves of 3 horse thieves hanged there for that offense. No, he didn't know their names. He didn't know what year. The story is a remnant and the details are not clear. My dad doesn't remember where, but as a kid he'd seen the tree. He grew up with the story of the Grayson County Three. Were the Grayson County Three really different from you and me? Did they leave any loved ones behind? Was there a trial with a judge, or was it just a grudge with vigilante justice intertwined? Now I don't get back there often. I've never seen that tree. Guess that's just as well, 'cause it's on private property. But every now and then the thought occurs to me, can I dig up the whole story of the Grayson County Three? Were the Grayson County Three really different from you and me? Did they leave any loved ones behind? Was there a trial with a judge, or was it just a grudge with vigilante justice intertwined? Yeah, you know the Grayson County Three, they're on my mind.
That was Keith Dodson. And now, Mitchell, you get the dubious honor of being the last person to play tonight.
Just a second. That I want to see Keith. That was a good song. I like that. The Grayson County Three. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. I think you got something. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to
Oh.
tell. I was just going to tell Keith that I really like that song. That's a good story.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to maybe someday meet some historical society up there and see if anyone knows any more about that. But
Where is that? Where is that? Grayson County.
Grayson County is Sherman is the county seat. It's just north of Collin County on 75. And my grandfather's farm was in the southeast corner of Grayson County there, near a community of Ida. That when my grandparents died, it wiped out 20% of the town.
Yeah. Small town. Anyway, I like all those old stories like that. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'll shut up.
Okay, there goes Harry. And here goes Keith. And I feel so powerful with this button here. Okay, Mitchell, we're back to you. What you got for us? Carry us out.
All right. This song's called Hipster Girl. And for those of you who don't know, hipster is like, especially hipster girls, is kind of like a slang term for like millennials, where it's like basically it's like an alternative like values type girl that, you know, in their younger years they're pretty wild, creatures, hard to tame and settle down with. But
My
this is
daughter
a song.
explained it to me.
How's that definition? I don't know. That's my version of it.
I think that's pretty good.
But this song's about. This was my attempt at making an anthem for the hipster girl and for anyone or any man or a woman, that's your thing, who wants to tame a hipster girl in the future and settle down with one. So let's see. Oh, and fun fact, I ended up recording this song, but originally I wanted the hook, the chorus, to be sang by a rapper who actually it was not like this rapper could sing. It's not tone deaf and could actually carry a tune. And because the irony was that like hipster girls are like usually like they're indoors and they're pale or something like. It just depends. But there was supposed to be some like juxtaposition. If I get a rapper and then we're talking about, anyways, here are the lyrics. The chorus opens with it. Oh. I want a hipster girl with the red hair and light skin, starry-eyed face, curvy waist, not too thin. Grab me by the horns and show me how to live. I want a hipster girl with the red hair and light skin, red hair and light skin. Red hair, light skin. Want a hipster girl with the red hair and light skin, a starry-eyed face, curvy waist, not too thin. Grab me by the horns and show me how to live. I want a hipster girl with the red hair and light skin, red hair and light skin. I want a hipster girl who'll never ever leave me alone, to try to share all of her problems, drama right through the phone. She'll be my new adventure, giving me no reason to roam. She'll take this two-bed condominium and make it home. Next thing you know, I'll be doing things for her that I never would. She'll encourage me to reach all of the dreams I never could. And there in the midst of the night, I'd see her light and everything's good. We face our demons, won't believe them like true lovers should. And now we're getting older, and we're getting colder. I don't know about you, but I need somebody to. I want a hipster girl with the red hair and light skin, a starry-eyed face, curvy waist, not too thin. Grab me by the horns and show me how to live. I want a hipster girl with the red hair and light skin, red hair and light skin. Want a hipster girl with the red hair and light skin, a starry-eyed face, curvy waist, not too thin. Grab me by the horns and show me how to live. I want a hipster girl with the red hair and light skin, red hair and light skin. Na 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 na. Na 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 na.
Great.
You did it again.
Whoa.
You know who Mitchell
4,
reminds
5.
me? You know who Mitchell reminds me of? Remember Bo McDermott?
Yes.
And Bo McDermott, he played kind of like you do, those chords and everything. And I don't know what possessed him, but he called me one day. He said, "Harry," said, "I want you to take all my songs off of Facebook," and I did. And just the other day, I was looking at some analytics, and there was one of his songs that I never did find, and it was the top song of all time on our Facebook for DSA songs people listening to. It was Apocalyptic Sizzle. Remember that, Barb?
Oh yeah, I love that song.
But that was,
Apocalyptic sizzle.
Apocalyptic. He's about your age, and he played all these jazz chords, and he just had all these neat tunes and everything. And he had this one song, Apocalyptic Sizzle. I think I hate to put it on there because for some reason he did not want his songs on there, on Facebook. I don't know if it was a copyright thing or what, but we kind of lost him for some reason or other. Right
Like
before
your
COVID. Right before
Reference
COVID.
to the hipster girl, because Gen X had the Valley Girl, and me, I'm a boomer. We had hippie chicks, and I married a hippie chick.
What kind of chick does Kevin Costner have? It's not working out too good for him. He's getting a big divorce now.
Oh,
Kevin Costner. Anyway, that's a joke. I'm sorry. It wasn't
If we
funny.
were up to date on the current events, we would have gotten it. I heard that
You guys
de
don't read the
Blasio
paper.
and
do you?
his wife are having problems.
still make papers?
Pardon me?
Do they still? Harry said, "Don't read the paper." I said, "Do they still make papers?"
Yeah, they still make them.
I gave up when the Dallas Times Herald went bankrupt.
Yeah, because that's all I use for my doggy bags are those plastic sleeves that they come in. We don't take the paper, but the neighbor down the street does, and he collects those for me. That's my Christmas present every year is all of his plastic sleeves for his newspaper. I think the Dallas Times, Wall Street, Sunday editions particularly.
The morning news.
Yeah.
You know,
A lot of people still like to sit down and read their coffee drink their coffee and read the paper. My daddy read every word.
my dad
In the Lubbock Avalanche Journal. He just
my dad
every
would
word.
be sitting on the porch at 5 a.m. waiting on the paper boy so I could read his paper before
Oh,
he
yeah.
went to work. And I'd be just about getting to bed.
I read the comics. That was all that counted for me.
That's the educational section.
Yeah.
That's what I always read.
Everybody wave real quick. I'm going to stop us on Facebook. I'm not
Okay.
stopping
Bye,
our Zoom.
Facebook friends.
Everybody come back next week. See y'all next